Welcome to USA Convo. This is a network that connects learners with independent tutors who are from the United States. You are about to watch a lesson sample from a tutor. Please take a moment to read the following information. You can pause the video if needed. Now, let's watch the lesson.
All right. And so as far as on here, my name is JP. I'm with USA Convo. I'm located here in the United States, actually in Dallas, Texas. And so I just wanted to thank everybody as far as for the opportunity to meet with me. We do have one participant today by the name of Joseph. As far as Joseph, in a moment, I'll give you the opportunity to introduce yourself. But just
Okay.
wanted to, but just wanted to first share with everybody a little bit about USA Convo, the reason for me doing this session, and also the reason for me starting this company is that I wanted to have I wanted to provide an environment where people can learn to speak a language, particularly in this instance, English, in a way that's natural, in a way that's more in a way that's more comfortable for people. So there's nothing wrong with gradings. There's nothing wrong with grammar drills. I think that is really, really good for, especially for those that really are like care about excellence and also care about doing things properly. And many times you do need it for work. And but then sometimes that leaves out people who, for them, learning a language is love. It's learning for them is a passion. Learning for them is just a way to communicate with other people. So just wanted
I
to
see.
provide, yeah, yeah. So just wanted to provide a very casual, informal way of learning English, and that's where we're at. And so in this group, that's where I wanted to start with this English practice session. And so thank you, Joseph, for joining me.
Okay, thank you so much. You are welcome. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. So just wanted to talk a little bit about the agenda. We're going to do a little bit about introductions. I already introduced myself, but then afterwards we'll be doing a little bit of just random topics, really. Again, because we want to, when we meet each other in real life, it's when we meet each other in real life, there's no structure, right? We just talk about how we feel and how things are happening at that moment. So I wanted to do my best to make sure that we are in that environment. Uh, there is going to be a little bit of an activity, which, for me for you, it's really more an opportunity for you to talk about how your day is, right? Like, tell me
Yeah.
about it. And this is your chance for you to talk to me in English
Yeah.
and
Okay.
communicate
So,
yourself in English. There will be
mhm.
an activity, a Q&A, and then afterwards we'll be closing up. So, any questions?
I think it's really nice. Yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So, let's go ahead and aside from that, just wanted a few things. Just a little bit about myself again. As far this is not a teaching program. Instead, we're going to be using English to build connections and talk about real topics. So I introduced myself earlier, right? So, Joseph, tell me a little bit about you.
So it's me. My name is Youssef Sadek Nasser. I'm from Algeria. I'm 21 years old. I just recently graduated from high school, so I'm now at university. I'm majoring in petroleum production engineering. So I'm interested in English since 2019. So it's been almost 6 or 7 years. So and that's it. I'm trying to improve my English by speaking, reading, and participating in such events like this. That's it.
Well, congratulations on finishing high school. That's a big achievement and going to petroleum engineering. So, in other words, you're smart.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah,
Very smart. Well, I'm dealing with a smart man, so thank you for joining me. And
yeah.
what if you don't, can you share with me what's your how long have you been practicing English?
So we studied English before in middle school and in the earlier middle school, but at that time I wasn't that interested until the beginning of the high school. So it's been almost 6 or 7 years. I'm practicing English through groups, through I'm watching English videos on YouTube. I read books. So it's been almost 7 or 6 years of serious practicing English.
Wow, wow. That's a very long time. And did you take like any formal education? How did you learn English? I mean, outside of school.
To be honest, I didn't study that much in academic English schools or institutes or something. It's just by my personal efforts. Like I studied English from the internet, practicing with, as I mentioned, practicing with people, with native speakers from different parts of the world. I also watch a lot of English videos. I think that's it. I studied English before, but it's just for a short time. Like I studied the English level in 2021 in Algiers, the capital, and also studied 1 month in Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur.
Wow, wow. Well, so most of your time when you studied English and practiced English, it's just been informal, right? The way we're
Yeah,
doing right now.
yeah,
Okay, that's
that's it.
good. That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Eh, Yeah,
So
I've
I
heard.
didn't study study that much in academic English schools or something. No, it's just by myself.
Okay, no, that's fine. I think that's good. A lot of people learn like that too. I've spoken to many people who told me that they learned speaking English by watching Hollywood movies, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
With the closed captions and everything. So I thought that's always fascinating. Well, and thank you for introducing yourself to us as well. So we're going to be entering the part of the section where we're just talking about random topics. Of course, I'm going to select the random topics, but just think of it just kind of like us meeting each other for the first time, which we are, and we're going to be, and let's pretend that we're at a coffee shop, and so I'll be providing some prompts, but but I thought it would be a good idea to talk about maybe food. So you mentioned you're from Algeria, and so tell me what is the comfort food that if I were to travel to Algeria today, what would be the place that you recommend me to eat?
So in Algeria, you can find several types of foods, different cuisine, different types. Like you can find traditional cuisines like couscous, like it's Arabic names, and also you can find fast food and junk food. I think everything is available here. You can, but the best thing is when you come to Algeria and you want to taste something for the first time, it's maybe traditional like couscous, like mhajab, like how to say it, and there are a lot of names in Arabic.
Wow. And so is that a plate that you only eat one time a day or every day? I mean, or is it on special occasions
Uh,
if
we don't eat it that much, like maybe once a week, like in the weekend, and in the weddings. Yeah, that's it.
in the in America we have an expression that says a staple food, right? Which is it's one part of a plate, but that's always there. So for instance, like if you're eating Mexican food or let's say Asian food, the staple, the one that's always there is going to be rice.
Okay.
Or if you're eating, let's say here in America, if you're going to be eating hamburgers, the staple is French fries.
I
So
Yeah.
so
I know.
is couscous just that? Since it's one time a week, it can't be a staple, right?
No, yeah, yeah,
But what would
exactly.
be considered a staple food in Algeria?
Yeah, as you mentioned that Asians use rice a lot. So in Algeria, I don't think we have staple food as you mentioned. Maybe I don't know. I've never noticed that in our meals. Like we have different types of foods. Each one is unique by itself. So I don't think we have staple food as you mentioned.
Ah, okay. So there's not a food that you.
Maybe in the area I live, maybe somewhere in the north or south they have, but where I live, I don't think, or maybe I forgot. I don't know.
What about the flatbread? Is there because I understand that like I think where is it like in like Lebanese food, right? It has like that I forgot the name of it. It's called pita bread or unleavened bread or no, pita's the Greeks, I think. But there's like a flat bread that they have in every meal. There's nothing like that in Algeria?
Yeah, we have that flatbread, but it's not very common. We have that, yeah, but we have it like, yeah, yeah, we have something like flatbread. It's called mhajab. This is very delicious bread. Like it's you. We eat it sometimes in the occasions. We eat it like in the weekend. With it's usually with bread, with tea. In the evening, we eat that. It's fried bread. But as you mentioned, in Lebanon or something, they use it with shawarma. Like they put shawarma inside it and they roll it like this. But for us, we use like butter and some jam with it. So like this.
Oh, it sounds delicious.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
More delicious than hamburgers and French fries.
I think. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we have our third participant who just joined us a moment ago. Aisha, I believe it's how I pronounce her name, Aisha. So we're waiting for her to join us, but but once she's on board, then we'll just continue on board. But just wanted to
okay,
let you know when you see a third picture, you know what, do not be surprised.
okay, okay.
Yeah. So as far as couscous is something that we eat once a week. You know, as far as and there's not really a particular staple food, right? In
Yeah.
Algeria. But what about to like what
And
about
also,
to
sorry for interrupting you. And also, couscous have many types of couscous. Like the couscous is the white, is the white thing that we eat it. But we have sauces, different types of sauces, like maybe 7 or 8 different. It depends on the place in the Algeria, like in the north, in the south, east, west. Each place has its own the sauce of this couscous. You got me?
interesting. So each area, each region prepares the couscous in a different way.
Yeah, yeah. So, for example, in the south where I live here in Tugor, they have couscous with the sauce called the benderag. This benderag is not usually that you cannot find it in the north. Like sometimes when they travel to the north and they ask someone if they have eaten this, they all like say what is it? But it's in the south.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
very good. That's interesting. But and you know, considering because in America, it's a big country, right? We're
yeah,
bigger than Europe. This country is bigger than the continent of Europe. And but what though it happens that there's certain foods that people prepare differently, but at the same time, we what we in the States say we have like a uniform way, like the way that everybody does the same thing, prepare. Like French fries, it's done almost the same. Rice, almost the same. You know, a hamburger is almost the same. You know, so we don't for unfortunately we don't have different
specific food.
different different styles of food or different flavors. There's certain places that may do it different. Like if you go to Louisiana, it's more Cajun style food, right? So yes, that is a place where you're gonna have a little bit more seasoning. But if you come to Texas, there's certain foods that there's certain foods that are gonna be also a little bit different from the rest of the state, from the rest of the country because we have more of a Latin American presence, a stronger Latino presence in Texas. So the food's going to be a little bit more spicier, you know.
Mhm.
So it's so the seasonings, the styles are going to change a little bit more to for our tongue. But um,
But you have to not forget that. Don't forget that America is a new country. It's like it's just inhabited 500 years ago. Unlike North
yeah, we're
Africa,
very
it's
new.
been inhabited for thousands of years before. So a lot of places that have different. Even in Algeria, we have some places that people speak differently, like totally different language that people in the north they don't understand people in the south. But America
Oh,
is just maybe in 1500, I think, or 500 years ago. So it's not an old country. That's why maybe I don't know.
yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. You know, I can say this. Before a long time ago. Everybody in not just with food, but the speaking, the way how we speak English was very different in the USA. For instance, you have what's called the Southern accent. You know, like when you listen to cowboy movies, you hear people talk with like with a certain straw, and they have this like this very particular Southern accent. There we go, Southern accent. So they talk like
Mhm.
this and they communicate like this. So if you notice, the voice is a little bit more slower. It's a little bit more. It has a little bit more what we in the States say a twang to it. But whereas you know, and if you go to New York, their accent's going to be different. If you go to Boston, the accent's really going to be different. Where if you
Yeah.
go to, let's say, Los Angeles, you may hit the most common type of accent people understand from Los Angeles is what we call the Valley Girl accent, where they go like, "Oh my God, this is wonderful. Oh, great." You know, the very stereotypical one, but even within Los Angeles, the way how people communicate, the way how the Valley Girls communicate will be so much different than, let's say, from a different part of Los Angeles, like let's say Pasadena, where a girl from Pasadena is not going to talk the same way as a girl from Burbank or a girl from the San Fernando Valley. You know,
Yeah,
but
as a non-English speaker, I cannot distinguish between accents inside the America. So, for me, all Americans speak the same, but unless it's from the UK or Australia, that is going to be a big difference between them. You got me?
and that's a very good point. I think though the reason why it may not be so noticeable now is that, in my opinion, social media changed that because before social media, we would only see TV and we would only hear and listen based on the region that we're in. But then afterwards, when you go to, but and so you stuck to that dialect. Whereas now, when you go to, because of social media, the way someone speaks in San Francisco sounds almost the same as someone that speaks in Florida. You know, so the way someone speaks in New York is almost sounding the same as here in Texas. When I travel outside the USA, everybody tells me you don't have a Southern accent. And
Understand?
when
Yeah.
I get told that all the time. And when I think about it, it's because I think the accent is going away. We're almost talking this with the same voice in the USA. Not everywhere, but many parts, yes. So on the who just joined us a moment ago is Aisha. And Aisha, if I didn't say your name, please correct me. But thank you for joining us. I think Aisha, I'm having trouble hearing you. Can you hear us? Okay. So unfortunately, Aisha is having some technical problems. We'll just wait until she's come back online. But Aisha, once you're ready to go, just speak up and let us know. And afterwards, we'll continue forward with you. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and now focus on the next area, which is, we did. Let's go ahead and just continue having a random topic, right? Just while we wait for Aisha to overcome those problems that she's having, technical problems. But I think this will be a good time, Joseph. So you told me that as far as that you're going to college because you're a very smart man, you're going into petroleum engineering. So at before are you currently working while you're going to college, or you're just 100% dedicated to studying?
Actually, yeah, 100 dedicated to studying. I'm not working now.
Okay, okay. So as far as that though, and so you're dedicated to just studying. That's really good. Uh, I don't know much about petroleum engineering other than you have to be a very smart person. But tell me, what are the type of jobs can a person get with a petroleum engineering degree?
Actually, since I'm in my first years of studying, so I don't have so many information about the professional career. But as we know that we have production, we have drilling, we have mechanical. So it depends on the major I'm majoring in. You got me. So for me, I'm majoring in production, like minoring in production engineering. So I can find a lot of jobs in oil and gas companies in the future, maybe like in the control room in front of the drilling space, I think.
Okay, wow. And so it's your first year. Do you like what you're studying? Do you hate it?
To be honest, in the first year, like this year is called, I think, freshman year, I think. So so we study like a general subject like math, physics, thermodynamics, chemistry. So it's a bit boring because it reminds me of high school. Like so, sometimes I find it a bit boring, but because I passed this year, so next year we're gonna focus more and get deeper in the major. So I think next year is gonna be more fun.
Oh, good, good. I had I when I was in college, I had a lot of friends that majored in engineering, and they all hated it. Maybe they hate the studying, but
Yeah,
and I think it's for that reason because you have to go. In the States, we say the basics, like everybody the first year or two, learning English, learning math, learning
yeah,
like the foundational college program before you get to study for what you want to be in life.
exactly.
But yeah, and just to share a little bit about something about American culture, the freshmen, I can't remember if we used this in college, but before the university, we have a high school for grades 9 to 12. The age groups tend to be people who are 14 to 18 years old. And
Mm,
for those that are in ninth grade, we call them freshmen, but we have a slang term. It's not a pleasant term, but but we call them fish.
okay,
So whenever we hear a freshman, we think of fish, or we call the person fish when they're a freshman
okay,
in the education program. So
okay, understand.
so right now you're just learning the basics. Is that correct? It's
Yeah,
just like, yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Eh, And so tell me, when you're at the, how do you like, tell me a little bit about your classroom experience. Like, is it big? Is it lecture? Is it online?
So I study at university, so it's in person, it's not online. So on site, so we have different things, like we have tutorial work, we have practical work, we have lectures. So for example, if before starting the lesson we go to lectures, like in with the doctor, so we study the lesson. After we finish, we have, for example, each subject like math and physics and chemistry, we have each week we have a tutorial work. So we go in tutorial work, we solve exercises and practice. But in the practical work, we go to the laboratory and we make experiments like this.
Wow, that sounds fascinating.
Yeah.
Ayesha, if you're online, please tell us a little bit about what is it that you do. Are you studying? Are you going to, or do you work, or do you do both? Ayesha, if you're trying to speak, you're on mute. We can't hear you. You have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, she's in mute.
It happens, it's technology. But but and technology does that. It creates problems. So,
Uh,
but okay. But aside from that, Aisha mentioned she chatted that she studies, and that's great. Thank you so much, Aisha. But we're unable to hear you. You might be having some microphone problems. So because this course is based on speaking, let's go ahead and continue forward while you're trying to fix the technical problems that you're having. But hopefully your microphone can start working soon so we can talk. So aside from that, let's skip a few things, right? And so I wanted to now talk about doing an individual activity. Um, so this one's going to be a little bit different because the focus is just 100% on you, right? I'm going to give you a prompt, and you're going to tell me as far as what is it that you need to be talking about.
okay.
Every now and then, I may interrupt you by asking a follow-up question, right? Um, but again, this is not meant to be hard, but this is meant for you to kind of have like a guided approach. So really the best way to learn English is just by practicing, but also memory. And when you have it structured, it makes it easier for everyone. It makes it easier to not just learn the language, but communicate and interact with the language.
Yeah, I
Okay?
see.
All right. So let's go with something easy. Tell me about your day, right? And when you're telling me about your day, I want you to pay attention to what's on the blue side, right? Where it talks about, you notice how it's structured.
Okay.
Talk about what you did in the morning and how you commuted. If there's a part that you don't understand, let me know. But really,
Okay.
this is just it's going to be uncomfortable because I'm just going to be listening. Every now and then I may ask a question, but it's just really listening, but it's just a time for you to talk. The best thing I can tell you
Okay.
is that as you're doing this, because your mind is going to be going like 100, 200 kilometers per hour, go slow. It's okay to speak slow and don't worry about mistakes. If there is a mistake, I'll tell you later on how to fix it, but after you're done speaking. So
Okay.
with that,
So
Joseph, please tell me about your day. Tell me what's going on in your day from morning to night.
I recently finished my studying this year. So we are in summer holiday. I'm preparing myself to go to Algiers and start working there with my cousins.
Oh, no, no, no,
So
no. But let me correct it for a moment. I'm talking like what you do from day to day. Like for instance, my day is I woke up in the morning
okay.
and I brushed my teeth. I went to I also took a shower. Afterwards, I had some
Yeah.
breakfast. Now I'm here on the computer talking to some wonderful people about English, speaking to people in English. Once I'm done, then I may think about going to the store. So let's go ahead and focus on that.
Okay, so to be honest, I don't have a specific daily routine because sometimes I live in the dorm with my friends, sometimes I'm with my home. So when I'm in the dorm, I usually wake up and pray the first prayer because I'm Muslim, so I have to pray at first. After that, I usually go to have breakfast in the dorm restaurant. After that, I go to maybe prepare myself to go to the university. It depends on the scheduled day. Sometimes we have practical, some days we have tutorial work. So after I finish studying, I go to the restaurant of university. I have meals with my friends. Sometimes I hang out with my friends before going back to the dorm. When I go to the dorm, I usually go and again and pray the second and the third prayer. Mm, what else? I usually take a nap. I usually take a nap and then I wake up in the evening. Maybe go to the library and study and revise what we done today. Maybe drink a tea like this. Yeah.
Wow. And so it's in America we say devout, right? A person like in your situation would be a devout Muslim, which is that you're devoted, you're committed because of the prayers and because as far as the practices that you have to follow for your faith. And so that's really good. That's really good. And so Aisha, if you're able to join us and resolve the microphone issues, tell me a little bit about your day. How do you start your day? How do you finish your day? It looks like Ayesha still may be having problems, and it's okay. Once you fix it, please let us know. But so aside from that, so what time do you normally wake up early in the morning, Joseph? So what time do you
Ah,
normally?
okay,
Yes.
okay, okay. Okay, so I usually wake up at 5 a.m. because of the first prayer, but I always go back to sleep and then wake up at 7 a.m. to prepare myself to university.
Wow. So you wake up very early.
Yeah,
Um, that means do you also do you go to sleep earlier?
sleeping it depends. If I have some if I have study if I study at night so until late, it depends. Sometimes I sleep early, sometimes I sleep late. I don't have the exact schedule.
Mm. See, I'm an old man. I wake up early, and then I go
Okay.
to sleep very. I wake up like about 5 in the morning as well, but by 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, I'm asleep.
Wow, wow, wow. 8 o'clock.
I have friends that tease me. They joke with me, saying that I go to sleep early like an old man,
Yeah,
and but
eight
I
o'clock
tell
is
them
very
no. It's
early. Yeah.
because I tell them no. It's because temptation, sin, lives in the night, so I go to sleep before that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And so let's go ahead and move forward then. This in this activity, I am going to show you some pictures, and
Okay.
based on the picture, I want you to describe what you see.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So tell us,
So
Joseph, what was it that you described? What is it that you see to us in your own words?
so first of all, it's a beautiful landscape. I can see that there is a house very far there some grass. I don't know if this is a beach or a sea or an ocean. Yeah, cloudy weather. It's almost in the evening before sunset. Yeah, so that's what I can see.
It's beautiful, isn't it? What do you think? Where do you think this picture was taken at? Like what country? Hmm.
Maybe Portugal, Spain, somewhere in Southeast Europe.
I thought that too, but so I first I look at the grass, and I can't say. I think the grass looks to me like somewhere like maybe in Scotland or Ireland or maybe even in Canada. There
Mhm.
might be a place in the USA like Massachusetts where they have that type of grass, but
Okay.
I thought but yeah, it's I thought it was very fascinating. And I see that the I don't know if it's the picture or or if it's real life, but the clouds are almost purple, aren't they?
Yeah. They're purple, pink like this. Yeah.
It's I think it's the sunset, right, where the sun is coming down. What is
Okay.
the sunset over there in for you in Algeria? How does it look like when the sun is coming down? Describe to me what the sun looks like when it's sunsetting.
It's usually yellow to orange, I think, because we don't have so much clouds here. Because I don't know, it's very rare to be cloudy weather. So it's just the sun going down and with orange to yellow color, I think.
Interesting. Okay, that's very cool. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah,
Let's go on to the next picture. Mhm.
it's very
Describe
beautiful.
what you see.
Yeah, it's very beautiful picture. Like there is a sea. It looks like a canal or something. With yeah, it's the same. It's sunset with two couple hugging there. I think
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
this.
Do you think, why do you think they took this picture? Was it like, because the guys, doesn't it look like they're like engaged or getting married? Because he's wearing a suit and I don't wear suits, only on special events. So
I
what do you think is the story behind this picture?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah. Is there I'm not too familiar with the geography, right? But but does Algeria have a coastline? Like is it like near the ocean or near a canal or a river or strait?
We have a long coast. It's more than 1,000 kilometers
Oh, that's a
to,
lot.
to the Mediterranean Sea,
Wow, wow, that sounds beautiful.
in front of France and Spain.
And that is beautiful. And do you travel to the coastline often?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
For me, I live in the south, so it's almost 600 kilometers away from the coastline.
Oh, too
But
far.
when I go there, I usually go to the beach and sit in front of the sea. It's very beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's so I'm here in Texas. I am about maybe 1,500 kilometers away from the coast. And even then, Texas, in my opinion, Texas doesn't have beautiful coastlines.
Yeah.
So tell me, tell me now what you describe to us what you see.
Is it a fish?
Yes,
This is, but it's weird. It's a very strange fish.
isn't it? Why is it
Yeah.
weird to you?
I don't know because I don't know.
It's different, right? It's
Yeah.
different. Th this fish is called a lionfish.
Lionfish. Okay.
I don't know why it's called a lion. It doesn't look like a
Is it
lion.
real? Is it real?
Yeah, yeah, it's real.
Oh, okay.
I know, right? I don't know how they got it to be so dark in the background, but
Yeah.
the fish is real. It exists.
Okay.
They say that it's I've read, I don't know if it's true or not, but they say it's not safe to eat.
Ah, okay. Maybe yeah. Maybe there is a
Yeah, I
point
don't
there.
what can you do with a fish that you can't eat?
What?
What can you do with a
Okay.
fish that you cannot eat?
Nothing.
I know. Okay, so now tell me about this.
It's like in a picture in the mountain with four. I think 4x4 car. I think we call it in Algeria cat because it's 4x4. So mountain, sunset. Yeah, that's what you can see.
And so in America we would describe something like this. We would say terrain, right? To describe like how the environment is, like how the area, the land, if there's rocks or there's
Yeah,
sand.
terrain. Yeah,
Yeah, so we
terrain.
would say terrain, right? Describe to me the terrain in where you live at in Algeria.
It's just desert.
Just desert. Is
Desert,
it
nothing. Yeah,
no only sand?
only sand with some small mountains of sand.
Oh, wow, wow.
Nothing special. There is no palm trees. I think oasis, palm trees.
Oasis?
Yeah,
Yes.
oasis, palm trees. That's what I can.
And no, that's really good. That's really good. I mean, believe it or not, I met many people in my life who wish to go to the desert.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
yeah, yeah, but I live in Texas, and the part of Texas where I grew up in was not a desert. But I lived in an area that was considered a semi-desert.
Small desert.
Semi-desert. SEMI.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
semi-desert. Some people may say semi, right? And but it depends on how you're wording it. In the part of the U.S. where I'm from, we would say a semi-desert.
Mm.
But some other people in America may say semi-desert.
So
And you may ask,
what's the difference between a desert and semi-desert?
so from what I've been told is that a desert is a like as you said, like only sand, no vegetation, no trees, no grass, just just sand where the environment is very, very hot, right? And maybe no rain or very little rain, very little water. Whereas in a semi-desert, it's hot. We may have no water at all. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But there's still vegetation. There's like trees, plants, certain flowers,
Okay,
animals.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'll try to see if I can find well, if we have time, I'll try to see if I can find a picture for me to share.
Okay.
But yeah, so but yeah, and so when for if a person wants to travel to the desert, how is it done? I mean, is it because I think in America we have this idea where to go to the desert, you just go on the highway and there it is. Is that the situation, or do you have to take certain roads? Maybe there is no road, so you have to go on a horse or on a camel. How would we get to a desert if we were in Algeria?
So from the north to the south of Algeria, it's almost 2,000 kilometers. So only the first 300 or 400 kilometers is not a desert. The terrain there is like big mountains and green places, but the rest of Algeria is all desert. So where I live, it's in the north of the desert. So you just go outside of the city by car. Like you can drive and then you can arrive to the desert and park your car and go to the desert. But if you want to go to the south, far south in the south, there are some tourists from Europe, and then they go there by plane, and you can go with the tourism agency that can take you to the heart of the desert, where there is no internet, there is no network. You can just go there and see beautiful landscapes. Yeah, it's different.
Interesting. Wow. Well, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing the
Okay.
landscapes with
Okay.
us.
Okay.
So I have another question. And so tell me, how do you feel? Do you feel like your brain is exploding, or do you feel okay to continue?
I think it's okay. Yeah, we have spoken a lot. We have spoken very good. I think.
No, you're speaking good. You're speaking good English, so
Okay. Thank you
and
so
I'm
much.
glad
Yeah.
and I hope that you're enjoying this experience to
Yeah.
to to practice English with me.
Yeah. I'm enjoying. Yeah. Of course.
Perfect, perfect. So, at this point, if you notice, the style has been like something very casual to something a little bit more formal, where now you're having to use you're exercising your brain and everything. And so, but now we are going to get to the more trickier, the more what some people may consider challenging part of the course, where in this lesson, in this activity, I'm going to say an idiom.
Okay.
And based on that idiom, you need to tell me something that means the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, so I think this will be a good exercise
Okay.
for us. So, and you know, and really the purpose why we want to do this is just to improve your vocabulary. The more vocabulary you know, the better you're able to articulate, like communicate, express yourself, but
Yeah.
also receive, understand, comprehend. So again, there'll be some simple words or simple phrases. Tell me what it is. Don't worry about being right or wrong. Just take a guess. Really,
Okay.
again, it's you're gonna force your brain to make connections, and that's really what it's about.
Okay. Let's do
So,
it.
so number one, repeat number one, and then tell me what it means.
It's I'm on cloud nine.
Uh-huh.
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
No.
So when someone says cloud nine, what do you think let's say in this instance, um I am ah I went on a date with this very, very beautiful woman. She looks like a model. And then I call you, Joseph, and I tell you, Joseph, I was on a date with this very gorgeous woman. I was on cloud nine. So what do you think it means now?
So maybe someone's very happy.
We can use it to say very happy. Okay, what else?
Happy, or maybe he was like in a magic world, like.
Okay, okay. What else?
Mm, well, I don't know. I don't know.
So, because you know, imagine you say Joseph JP. What do you mean cloud nine? You know, so and tell me this instance. Ah, let's say your dad bought you a new car. You know, a Lamborghini, right? Let's
Okay.
say you drive a Lamborghini, so what do you get and you drive that Lamborghini around and you see people looking at you, people giving you attention. The car sounds wonderful, it's very loud, it drives very fast. You can just feel like your body going like all the way to the back when you're driving. How so how would you tell that experience? Like, and I ask you, Joseph, how did it feel to drive that car? What would you tell me?
Fantastic. Very nice.
What happens? Is it also possible that you can say, when I drove that car, it felt like a dream,
Yeah, yeah. As I told you, like magical world.
like a magical world, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah. So
magical
you're in
world.
magic, but it's like a dream. And so that's what Cloud Nine is. Uh, the Cloud Nine is another way. It's like it's an idiom that we use to express ourselves to say instead of saying magical, dreamy, or paradise,
I
heaven,
understand. Yeah.
we say cloud nine.
So is it common between people in the US?
Common, yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's not as it's depends on the generation. The younger generation may not say cloud nine, but as they get older, they interact with other people and they'll say cloud nine. But even a younger generation, if they hear cloud nine, and when I say younger generation, I mean generation A. When they
Okay.
hear cloud nine, even they kind of understand what it means when we
Okay. I
express
understand.
ourselves with
Yeah.
that. Okay. So
Mhm.
number two, read out loud number two and tell me what you think it means.
So before I read, I've just read all of this, so I don't know any one of them. They all seem harder to me.
Okay. So, but go ahead and but still, I want you because I want you to force your brain to make connections, right?
Yeah. Put a
Because
sock on it.
yeah,
Put a sock on it.
and the reason I'm going to share this because in the U.S., um, even if it could be the first time that we hear an idiom, and in America, we're going to understand what it means because
Mhm.
we forced our brain to always make connections.
Okay.
So even if it's the first time, a person in America is going to be able to understand it because again, you force your mind to find all these connections in it, you know. But really, and again, it's so I want you to just use your imagination. Don't worry about the history of an idiom because you'll never learn English like that. You'll never understand idioms. Idioms is not a history book. Idiom is a tool that we use to communicate, to express ourselves. It's a feeling. So when you think of idioms, just think of it as emotions.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
So read out loud number 2, and just tell me what do you think it feels, or what do you think a person's trying to say?
So put a sock in it.
Mm-hmm.
But what does this? What does the sock means?
A sock, like what you put on your feet, and that
Ah,
before.
socks.
Yes.
Socks. Yeah, yeah, socks. Yeah, socks. Put a sock in it.
So what do you think when someone says put a sock in it? What do you think they're trying to tell you?
Mm, to be honest, uh, I think that there is no relation. Like put a sock in it. Maybe
So
cover something. Maybe cover something.
so let's imagine. Let's imagine again. We're trying. I'm exercising your brain, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm talking. And why I can talk, right? Because I have nothing in my mouth.
Okay.
But what happens if I put a sock inside my mouth?
You cannot talk. You will be silent.
So so when someone tells you put a sock in it, what are they
Like
trying to tell you?
stop talking. Shut
Stop
up.
talking.
Okay. I understand. That's nice.
Yes. So again, a person may say, "Well, why a sock? Why not an apple?" Again, don't focus on the technical part. Focus on the imagination, right?
Understand. Yeah.
Yeah, just imagine yourself, "Oh, I'm on cloud 9." There's no such thing as a cloud 9, but when you tell a person I'm on the cloud, magical, paradise, dream, right?
Yeah.
So
Understand.
just try to find those connections and see how it means of it. So
Okay.
now let's go with number 3. Read out loud number 3 and tell me what you think it means.
He's full of himself.
Okay, what does that mean? What do you think they're trying to say?
Maybe someone who show off. I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you know people who show off?
Is it correct?
Yeah, yeah, you're correct. You see, you're doing good.
It's the first time to hear this idiom before.
Oh, good. And you did good. So good. I'm glad.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
show off. Yeah, a lot of people show off. Yeah,
Oh, they're
especially
like, oh,
teenagers.
I got cars, I got money,
Yeah,
blah blah blah, full of themselves.
yeah, they're just trying to show off.
To show off, they put too much energy, too much attention to themselves.
Yeah,
They think too
exactly.
much
Yeah,
of themselves. Okay.
I hate that. Yeah,
Many people would also think the same way as you, Joseph.
yeah, especially between the teenagers and the young generation, like at university, a lot of people try to show off what they have, what they do. Yeah,
Oh, older people too. So, um, let's read out loud number 4.
it's a piece of cake.
Okay, what do you think that means?
It's a piece of cake.
It's a piece of
Maybe
cake.
something easy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's something easy.
Do you know
Yeah.
why? Because even in Arabic we say this idiom.
Oh, really?
So in Arabic, when you want to say something is easy, you say no, it's just a cake. So here it's a piece of cake. So I just made a relation between them, and I got it.
Now you're understanding idioms. It's making
Yeah,
that relation, making that
piece of cake.
connection. Okay,
Yeah,
good, good. You see, so it's getting easier for you.
yeah.
Uh,
Thanks.
read out loud number 5 and tell me what do you think it means?
I got butterflies in my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So this I have never heard this before. So
Yeah, but imagine butterflies. A lot
okay,
of butterflies. How do they fly?
in a nice way, I think they're
They're
beautiful.
scattered everywhere, right? Don't they fly
Uh,
like this? Again,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
let's use our
In a random
imagination.
way. In a random
Okay,
way.
butterflies are everywhere. Okay,
Yeah.
so imagine how it would feel putting all those butterflies in your stomach. Because have you eaten bad food before?
I ate what?
Have you eaten food that was bad?
Okay, yeah, yeah, of
How
course.
does it how do you feel when you eat food that is bad, food that's
You
toxic?
got ill. You got
You
ill.
get ill, right? You
Yeah,
get nervous, you
yeah,
want to vomit, right? All
yeah.
these things,
Threw up. Yeah.
yucky stuff. So imagine butterflies all over the place and they're in your stomach. Tell
So
me,
it hurts. It hurts.
it could be hurtful, right? Or maybe it makes you nervous too, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
uncomfortable. Yeah,
Uncomfortable.
yeah.
So when I say this, like you say, JP, how do you feel about your concert? And I say, Yusuf, I don't know, Yusuf. I got butterflies in my stomach. What do you think I'm trying
Like
to tell you?
as I said, I'm uncomfortable. Yeah, like I'm not in a good mood. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. It's uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
But so in that instance right there, it's uncomfortable. You're feeling nervous. You're angsty. You know, when a person eats bad food, this is gonna sound gross, and I apologize, but when person eats bad food, they're always nervous, right? Like, oh, I need to use the toilet. Oh, what happens if I vomit? Oh, what happens if people get these expressions when they're and it's called and we say I got butterflies in my stomach when not because of bad food but because of negative emotions, toxic emotions.
Okay, I understand. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, as far as again, the secret to idioms is not don't take it so literal. The
Yeah, of
secret
course.
the
Yeah.
secret to idioms is just imagination, making connections to what you know about life, what you feel about the person. Don't worry about the history of it, although it's nice, but just worry about what is the soul trying to tell you.
Yeah. So we have idioms in Arabic too. So yeah, it's common in my language also. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Well, so I have good news and bad news. The or it might be good news for you, but because we're almost out of time, it's almost the hour. We're gonna be I have to skip the idioms part, right?
Okay.
But I hope that this practice gave you now a way to kind of figure out how do I respond to idioms? How do I answer idioms? You know,
Yeah,
how
it's
do I
great.
connect
Perfect.
with
I
them?
love it. Yeah, I love it.
Good, good. I'm glad. So, aside from that, I did have this activity. Unfortunately, we're out of time. So, but I did wanted you to have an opportunity to ask me questions like, what questions do you have about the English culture? I mean, about American culture, or questions about the way how we communicate in English, or anything that you can think of.
So do you want me to ask you questions about American life or American English or what
Whatever
do you
you
mean?
whatever you want to. I want to give you the opportunity to ask me anything that you're curious about. The way
Okay.
how language is spoken, what is said somewhere, why do Americans speak the way it is? How do Americans communicate? Just
So it should be always related to English, right?
related to English. It's okay to also talk about American culture because
Okay.
American culture does it's is influenced a lot by the English language.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. So my question is will be so let's say I have never been to the US before, so I just know that living in America can be very expensive. So my question is, so can someone make it affordable? So can someone live in the US freely, even though it's expensive or no?
I think everybody in the US is asking that question right now. Yeah. Yeah. It used to be before COVID, it used to be affordable.
Okay.
Because yes, you had expensive cities like San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York, where you can pay for a $3,000 to live in a closet that's like five square meters, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Three
yeah.
thousand
But
dollars.
but for $1,500 or $2,000 a month, you can come to a state like Texas or a state like Arizona or a state like even in Miami, Florida, for $2,000 a month, you can buy yourself a big condo that's like 80 or 90 or 100 square meters.
That's nice.
And it's going to be very nice. It's going to be very beautiful. It's going to be very expensive. And after COVID, it's like for $2,000, maybe you can get like a 30 or 40 square meter apartment.
Yeah. So it's getting expensive.
It's got more expensive, food's more expensive, everything's getting smaller. Yeah, everybody's feeling the financial pressure. I think what a lot of people are doing is that they're trying to find jobs where they can work remote
Mhm.
and then try to live in cities where it's affordable. People
Less
where people
expensive.
don't want to live in, but they're moving there because it's cheaper.
Okay.
That's why, well, people will be offended if I mention their state. So unfortunately, I would tell you offline, but if I were to tell you recorded, people will be upset. Like, you can't say that about my state.
Yeah,
But
yeah, it's correct. Yeah.
but it's true. It's true. People are moving there. And or what a lot of Americans are doing too is that they're finding remote jobs and moving to countries where it is affordable.
Okay.
That's why you get so many Americans that are going to Spain, so many Americans that are going to Mexico, so many Americans that are going to Thailand, because the cost of living is cheaper.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
because so and many are doing that. But for those that don't have a remote job or don't want to travel or can't travel, eh, everybody is struggling with that right now.
Yeah.
Finding two jobs,
So
three jobs using credit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So my second question is, as an American, which accent do you think is more convenient, a British accent or Australian accent?
You know, I haven't I've only traveled to one of the countries, right? But I, as an American, I'm like, oh, I know English. I was born with English. Since a baby, I've been speaking English. English is not a problem. And then I go to the UK and I was in London. I was like, I don't know English at all. So I was like, what are they saying? Why don't they understand me? But I couldn't understand them.
Or really?
And but so I've had trouble communicating with Englishmen. I don't, that's just my experience. But when I communicate with an Aussie, oh, it's great.
So
You know,
especially if you go to the Scotland, or it's getting more harder.
Scotland is a lot more harder. Yes, Scotland
Uh,
is a lot more harder as well.
uh,
You're right. I've communicated with a few Scots, and it is difficult. But for me, even when a person has a very, like an Australian, if they have even a thick accent, a very strong accent, in America we say thick. If they have a thick accent, I can still understand them.
okay.
Even an Irishman, I can understand an Irish person, but
Yeah.
I have trouble understanding someone from Britain.
Mhm. Okay. So these were my questions.
Okay, good, good. Well, if you have no more questions, aside from that, I hope first and foremost, I want to thank you
Yeah.
for joining
Uh,
me. It was a
yeah.
great
So
opportunity. Uh-huh.
yeah, thank you so much. So let's say, what do you think about my English in general?
Oh, I think your English is good. I think we're what I so your English is very strong. What I recommend is that you speak a little bit slower, because there are some times where you may not you want to respond so fast, react, and so
Okay.
in certain situations that's okay, but in a conversation it may not be so much. So the way so English in America, people like when I meet people outside around the world, everybody compliments the way how Americans speak English, because it's informal, it's casual, yes, but for us, when we speak English, yes, we do follow rules, but it's also okay to break the rules,
Yeah, I see.
you know? And so for us, communication is something a little bit more deeper, which is, can I trust you? Do I like
Okay.
you? Can I work with you? And so so in America, when a person speaks fast, we're like, why are they speaking fast? Are they nervous? Are they
Understand.
lying? Are they cheating?
Okay.
So
So for me,
so
aside what we spoke, now, every word you have mentioned, I understand everything you said. So 100%. But for me, as I'm studying engineering, sometimes when I found sources on the internet that are related to petroleum engineering, especially Americans, sometimes I find it hard to understand some technical words. Sometimes some, so that's the problem. But speaking like you and me here, like simple conversation like this, it's very easy. Like I understand 100% what you said, and nothing harder.
and that's very, very normal. I've before I started USA Convo, I had a job where I dealt with one project with engineers, another project with cashiers, another project with scientists, another project with pharmacists, another project with doctors, another project with welders and
Wow.
carpenters. You know, and so because I'm dealing with all these different industries, different professions, it's very normal for you to be like, okay, they're speaking English, but I don't understand their English because the way how they communicate. Even with
Yeah.
like let's say programmers, right? Programming, the international language for programming is English, but and when you hear programmers talk, they understand each other. But when you speak to a programmer, you'll be like, I don't understand what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
And so that's very normal. The only way you're going to overcome that is by spending more time with people in your profession,
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
your brain can communicate, can understand what they say, and you can communicate back to them in their language, in the
Yeah.
language of the industry.
You're right.
So unfortunately, it's in America. Well, I don't. It's it's kind of like just we would just tell a person just practice.
Yeah.
There's no easy shortcut, and there's no comfortable method. You have to be uncomfortable,
Yeah. Practice makes you better. Yeah.
and you have to be uncomfortable with practice.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, but I think you're good. Again, just talk a little bit. As an American, I would just say just talk a little bit slower.
Yeah. I have good vocabulary, understand me very well, so I
Yes,
can.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
And
So that's.
I think you showed strong signs of with idioms, which is forcing your brain to make connections, forcing
Yeah.
your
Exactly.
brain to find meaning.
Yeah, and also I think idioms is more common between natives, not in the internet, because I always watch English videos since 2019, but I don't face a lot of idioms. But when you meet an American in America, I think they might be using idioms. That's what I
All the time,
think.
all the
Yeah,
time. Yeah,
yeah. But in the internet, when they make videos, they don't use idioms.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's why I started USA Convo, the way how
exactly.
people really speak English,
Yeah,
at least
exactly.
in America. You know, so and so. But again, the purpose, you know, when it comes to idioms, it's don't listen, don't pay attention to the words, pay attention to the heart, pay attention to the soul, and
Okay,
that is what's going to help you understand an idiom.
okay. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
and use your imagination. That can also help too.
Yeah,
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I'm glad that you enjoyed the session. And
yeah.
when it's
Did
time for me
enjoy.
to do another English practice session, I will let everybody know.
Okay,
All right. You have a good one. Enjoy your weekend.
thank you so much.
You too. Bye bye.
You can learn more about this tutor on their profile. If you are interested, contact them directly to get started. Explore more tutors and lesson samples on USA Convo. Follow USA Convo for updates. Subscribe to our YouTube channel